Let's address the elephant in the room. Our so-called
Beef. Yeah.
What was it that I said that made you think I didn't like you?
Just watching like TNT. It was an episode where you picked up my cake, and then just threw it on the ground.
Oh, there we go. Oh, there you go.
Oh, look at the cake.
Look at the cake.
Yeah.
Look at the cake coming in. There it is. There's the cake. There you go. I'm not even going to say it. It's your birthday.
Superman
Who's the
cake is in the
The
building.
cake right there in front of you. Superman cake is in. Oh,
What
man.
happened? I couldn't even see what the...
Oh, no.
What happened?
Knocked it over.
Did he really?
I was like, hey, is he really pissed off at me?
Did you get mad?
Did I get mad?
Yes.
You talked about this attitude, this I don't give a attitude. Like, that has been a problem for me.
Yeah, I do it big, I'm coming to win. I do it big, say it again. I do it big, I'm coming to win. I do it big, say it again. I do it big. I do it big, say it again. I do it big.
What is up? What is good? How you living? How you feeling? How you doing? It is the big podcast with Shaq where we always do it.
Big.
This one's huge. And so, with that being said, Shaquille O'Neal, may I do a formal introduction?
Yes, you may.
From high school phenom to the Basketball Hall of Fame, block shots and rebounds helped immortalize the name. 3-time Defensive Player of the Year and 8-time All-Star. You throw up a wild lob, it doesn't matter how far. From dunk contest titles to a championship ring. Speeding bullets, leaping tall buildings, to him, it ain't no thing. In the virtual Shahuka Lounge today, it is a certified tower. Put your hands together for Mr. Dwight Howard.
Oh, that was tough. Okay, you got bars. All right. Okay.
What's going on?
What it do? Big?
I'm going to shut the f up now and let y'all go.
So the funny thing is, let's address the elephant in the room. Our so-called beef.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question that I didn't ask you the other day.
Uh-huh.
What was it that I said that made you think I didn't like you?
The part where the direct messages that we had, you were saying that you're not as great, you're not great to hate and stuff like that. So I just took that as, dang, you don't like me. Then I was later on in my career, but during my career, it just felt like just watching like TNT. It was an episode where you picked up my cake, and then just threw it on the ground. I was like, hey, is he really pissed off at me? So, you know what I'm saying? It's just little things that I was like, dang, this big bro, but you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, for me, it's like, man, I want to go at him and do this, that, and the third. It's just like, I didn't have an understanding.
Did you get mad?
Did I get mad? Not really. Like, I'm not, that didn't really make me mad, you know? It's just like, what is he on? Like, why is he doing this? But then after I played in Taiwan and stuff like that, the last time I talked, I saw myself getting a little bit angry about nothing that it wasn't even no reason for me to get angry about.
So do you think you should have got angry when people talk about you?
Nah.
That's where you're wrong.
Okay. Well, why would you think I should get angry at people talking about me?
Because I know when you get mad, you dominate. Stan Van Gundy made you mad all the time. And what'd you do? Took your team to the finals.
What?
Let me ask you another question. I'm going to let you talk. I don't want you to think I'm done in a minute.
Well, Stan did get at me, but he allowed me to be Dwight. He didn't go off on me and make me mad to play. I was already upset to play, but I just showed it with a smile on my face. So me having a smile on my face was more so my game face. I didn't want people to see me, you know, upset, because when I really was too upset, I was getting in stupid foul trouble. I was getting technical fouls. I was not playing the right way. So I think the way that I showed my demeanor on the court, my countenance, it wasn't one where people could have an understanding.
And was Kobe Bryant hard on you?
No, I don't think it was hard on me.
Did you always get into a lot of scuffles?
We got into one scuffle during the game. And after that, we didn't really talk too much. And I felt like, we kind of went opposite ways than what we should have. I felt like we didn't really communicate. And me being a younger player, my expectation was, I'm thinking he's supposed to come and talk to me, but that's not going to happen. So, instead of just being the person, instead of going to talk to him, and I did go do that, but it was kind of too late at that point. He had just had surgery. The season was dang near over by that point with him. So I just think he had checked out with me at that point, and we didn't have a chance to really talk or hash anything out until when I came back the second time. He kind of dapped me up and said, "You're doing a great job," but we didn't really talk.
And who do you think he got that from?
He probably got it from you.
Exactly.
So what is it?
As I told you at the bar,
Mm-hmm.
see, I was playing the mentor role. I want you to be the mentee. Many different types. There's the soft one, do this and that, and then there's the firm hand one.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted you to be so mad that I wanted you to dominate. Like I told you before, if I said anything that go personal, I never always try to make it go personal, but I try to sprinkle some to get you mad. He's not that great, because I want you to hear that. And I want you to say, okay, watch this. See, I think you took it a lot of personal. And then when you said I was hating, and when I responded, you're not great enough for me to hate, you don't think I told Kobe he wasn't great?
Yeah.
You don't think I told Penny he wasn't great? You don't think I told D-Wade he wasn't great? This was my tactic to get them to play at another level.
I can understand that.
When I tell you I used to drive Kobe crazy, people thought we hate each other, but I know I needed another guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to get my 28-15 like I told you I needed to do, but I'm getting quadruple team, triple team. I need another guy. I used to drive that crazy to the point to where, they don't like each other. But you got to understand, when it comes to the task, you focus on the relationship or you focus on the task.
Mm-hmm.
If we don't win championships, me and you as big guys, whose fault is it?
It's our fault. It's our
Exactly.
fault.
So I'm going to push every button, whether they like it or not, to get them to play at a
No,
high
I totally
level.
understand that. But you were teammates with these guys, so you had a chance to really develop like a different type of relationship because you were there with them all the time. I'm watching you from afar and playing against you. So when I'm in 11th grade, you're in the finals playing against Dikembe Mutombo. I'm watching it. You know what I'm saying? When I get into the league, I'm playing against you. It was never a moment to where, I felt like, we could have had those type of conversations. But if the way what you're saying now, I would have been like, if you would have came to me outside of the TNT or whatever, just me and you talking man to man, hey, I need 28-15 from you. You got to pick this up. Like, I know you better than this. You can do better than this. As your big brother, I need you to step this up. That's
All right, so
there wasn't a lot of people, that was able to come at me, hey man, turn this around, or hey, I need to make you mad, because they just, hey, we don't want to make Dwight mad because he gonna get out of his zone. We got to keep him in a good mode.
no, I wanted you mad. You needed to be mad.
I understand it, but I'm saying, if like how we talking now, hey big bro, hey little bro, I need you to get mad. You see what I'm saying?
I understand that, but from the place where I come from,
Mhm.
and I know our fathers are similar, I don't know any nice way. And listen, to be honest with you, I don't really care about a lot of bigs. But when I saw you at the dunk contest do that, I was like, oh, this is different.
Mhm.
He's different. So now that I know you're starting to raise your game and bring it to the level, and once I got to work, I said, you know what? I hollered at Jameer. I said, Jameer, is this soft? He said, no, it ain't soft. I said, all right, cool. I know what I got to do. I'm not the hey Dwight. Dwight ain't gonna do nothing.
Is that some Jersey type? Is that some Jersey?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
all day.
All right.
But you know what it is? But you know what it is? I watch a lot of karate movies, and I told you this at the bar. It's what Kareem and them did to me. Remember how me and you were sitting at the bar the other day?
Yeah,
How close we were?
yeah.
I was that close to Will Chamberlain. Ain't say nothing. I'm at the table right here. He at the table right here. And the guy said, hey, Mr. Chamberlain, there goes Shaquille O'Neal. Will did me like this. I ain't say nothing. But I'm like, okay, I can't go at him. He is Wilt. Well, average, like is it something I ain't doing wrong? So I called my dad. I said, yo, man, I just saw Wilt. He didn't holler at me. My father said, I wouldn't talk to you either. You ain't win yet, and hung up. That's the type of shit I grew up on. I just seen Wilt. So I'm playing. We still getting swept, all that. But I'm averaging 30 because, I put to myself, I said, I got to do this. I got to do this. So I'm averaging 30. Your boy doing all that other while we losing. It's my fault because I'm not hitting free throws. Kareem. He said, Shaq, Kareem's coming close to your records. He's averaging this much in the playoffs. And Kareem says, is he great if they keep getting swept every year? Now I'm super mad. But I always said to myself, is there truth in the criticism when they're talking? He's right. We are getting swept. I am averaging 36, but now I'm super mad. And me, when I get mad, I go crazy. And, I'm sensitive. You're sensitive. I was just trying to piss you off.
I understand that.
People trying to get us to fight. Man, I'm 50. I ain't doing all that. And we both have the same weak spot. Your mama and my mama are friends. Whenever I used to go crazy on you, my mom just be like, stop it. He love you. And I'm like, Mom, I know, but I'm just trying. She's like, nope, stop it. He love you. So, all the people that's trying to get us to do that, I hate to say it, that it's never going to happen. I am the big brother, and it was always my job to try to get you guys to play at a higher level. The ones that I like. You see, I don't come at everybody. Only that I like, I try to piss them off. Like your boy JaVale. I pissed him off so much that he turned his little focus around when he got 3 rings. Like when he was at Golden State, did I do any JaVale McGee, Shaq and the Fools? No, because I couldn't. That was focused. That was dominating. He was playing well. So,
all right, so when was I never focused or dominating? Or was it when you said that the level should have been higher?
Okay, so listen, when you're averaging 26 and you should be averaging 40, for us, they're saying we're not focused. See what I'm saying? Of course you were focused, you're dominated, but for us, we got to be up here. For example, there's certain people on this earth that can get one ring and be, oh my God, he's this and he's that. Like me and you, we got to get 2, 3, or 4 to get our respect. You understand that? That's just how it is for people like me and you. People like me and you, we're different. We're not from this planet. Never said you wasn't focused. But in order for us to get to that next level, we have to be more focused. I had to average 40 in the finals for us to win. 40 without making free throws. You know how hard that was? Like it was not 25, not 35. I had to average 40 in the playoffs for us to win. So when I say you're not focused, I want you to say, okay, this saying I'm not focused, watch this. It's all a play on words. But I think you're right. I probably should have came at you, but that's not what I know. I wanted to get you so mad and so angry to where you hate me, which is fine. But I wanted you to play at that. I just need you to play at that certain high level. So
I understand that. I'm not a angry, mad person. Like when we won the championship in Orlando.
You are. I seen you when you get mad. Don't tell me you're not angry. When you get mad, you talk and you want to fight. That's a I want on my team. You are.
And okay, me being that person, I feel like it has got me out the league, to be honest with you. When I done played on some teams and being mad, and like later on, that wasn't what they wanted from me. I couldn't be as physical. I couldn't do the things that I was doing in Orlando in some of my days. The things would change. So it was like, what do y'all want me to do? I can't dominate. Y'all don't want me to post up. Y'all don't want me to run, seal in the paint. What is it? So I just was kind of confused.
That's true. And I agree that like when you got to LA, it was all different. But, I was on you when you was in Orlando. That's when I was really on you. And when you got to LA and y'all did your thing, I was still on you. Like, you got to understand, they tell you not to post up that. You run to the middle of the paint and you demand the ball.
Correct. But I'm getting penalized for it, though. Even what you're saying.
I saw it. I saw it.
Yeah.
I saw it.
But I'm getting penalized and I'm getting taken out of the league for it. So it's like, man, what do I do? Like, they said I'm not trying to run pick and rolls, but I'm like, that's all I did in Orlando was pick and roll, still in the middle of the paint. What am I doing different? Now you're saying I need to post up. So I go to Houston, I'm posting up. I kill in the post in Houston. Then they say, well, y'all didn't win, so it wasn't right. Y'all should have did something else. So it's like, damn, I'm damn if I do, damn if I don't. So I get everything that you're saying.
And that's the life that we live. Damned if you do, and damned if you don't.
Well, I don't want to be in that damn space.
Look, guess what? It ain't nothing we can do about it. They just pick and choose. Again, certain people get one ring and oh my God, he's the greatest. And like me, like bro, when I got my first ring, you know what they said? Can he get another one? Can he get another one? And then when I got traded from LA, like you did, oh, he'll never win again. And then when I won with D-Wade, oh, he'll win again. And then after that, oh, he'll never win. So at that point, I'm like, okay, now let me ring chase to catch up with old boy out 5.
All right, Shaquille, our friends at DraftKings, as we are getting ready, we're in the middle of the playoffs right now. It's just getting going. I want you to pick the winner of each series, not including the 1 seeds. And we're going to do a little playoff parlay. So we're entering this ahead of time. We're letting everybody know during the first round. I'll give you the 2 teams. We have to figure out who you pick.
Okay. All right.
Okay. We will start in the Eastern Conference. We will start with the 2 seed Boston Celtics and the 7 seed Orlando Magic.
Boston Celtics.
Okay, minus 5,000, which is that means you have to bet $5,000 to win 100. That's how big of a favorite that. But that's how big of a favorite there. We're not going to take Orlando. Okay, then we are going to go to the New York Knicks and the Detroit Pistons.
Kay Cunningham, his eyes when he was at the studio scared me. Going with the Pistons.
Wow. Okay, so they are plus 310. They are an underdog. That juices up our odds. The last Eastern Conference matchup is the Pacers and the Bucks.
Dame's coming back, but I know with the situation he had, he probably didn't get a lot of super cardio. And of course,
he's been out for the last few weeks.
That's what I'm saying. He probably did a lot of treadmill. Halliburton is getting his health back. I like the way he's played.
I voted him 3rd team All-NBA.
I'm going to go with Indiana on this one.
Okay. Indiana was the slight favorite there. So the East you have as Boston, Detroit, and Indy. And obviously we're not talking about Cleveland. They're the 1 seed. Okay, the Western Conference now. This is, wow, interesting. 2 seed Houston Rockets, 7 seed Golden State Warriors.
I think Houston showed me something. They put the double clamp on Steph Curry.
But can they do it for an entire series?
Exactly. I was going to say, can they do it for an entire series? Most great players, and they only held him to, I think, single digits. So I think he's going to be looking for that, expecting for that.
He had 3 points in that game. He went like 0 for 9.
He's going to do something that they ain't seen before. I'm going to go with the experience of Golden State.
Okay, they are. How about that? The 7 seed is almost a 2-1 favorite there over the Rockets.
Oh.
The Nuggets Clippers. This one is even. DraftKings says they're both even. It's a true toss-up.
Ty Lue's going to hate me for this. I really never paid attention to the Clippers, but according to everybody else, they're playing some really great basketball right now.
They are. Harden, Zubac is having a career year.
But as the Lord Supreme of the Big Man Alliance, I can never turn my back on one of my people. So Joker is having another MVP year, Stoker year. I'm going with the big on this. I'm going with Joker.
And then the final one, Lakers, Timberwolves, Los Angeles, and Minnesota. LeBron, Anthony Edwards, Luka Doncic.
Edwards is a very dangerous piece, but he's going against 2 pit bulls. Can he handle 2? Luka kind of gave it to him last year, so I'm leaning towards Luka. Luka plays with LeBron. I'm going to go with the Lakers on this one.
Okay, you're going with the Lakers. It comes out that 6-pick parlay, right around plus 2860. So if I were to play $500 on that, 14,000. If you want, I'll put it in right now.
All right, no, I like doing math. What does 10,000 get us?
Okay, that's too much. Let's see. 10,000 would get you $296,000. 1,000 would get you $29,000.
I'll let you know tonight.
All right, but that is the DraftKings 6-pick playoff parlay from Shaq Diesel here on the Big Pod.
Playoff basketball is here, and there's still plenty of game left to be played. Don't miss a second of the hoops action with my partners at DraftKings Sportsbook. From every game day until the trophy is lifted, DraftKings Sportsbook has you covered with same-game parlays, odds boosts, and so much more.
Right now, they're giving all new customers $200 in bonus bets instantly after betting just $5. Don't wait. Download the DraftKings app now and sign up using code BIGPOD. The crown is yours. Stay in on the action and use your $200 in bonus bets on DraftKings same game parlay for a shot at an even bigger payout. Combine multiple bets together for the same game. Love the thrill of live betting? DraftKings has got you covered. Bet live on in-progress games right as they happen, making watching the game that much more exciting.
If sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry. You can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Pick 6, and you have the shot to win cash prizes.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers use my promo code BIGPOD and bet just $5 on any wager and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's promo code BIGPOD, only at DraftKings Sportsbook. You have any questions for me?
Yeah, I do. Like, as far as with everything that's been going on, you know, with like the top 75 and stuff like that, do you feel like I was a little disrespected in that manner, or?
Of course you were. But again, I felt you should have played a certain way in a certain style. And the unfortunate thing about you and your career is you got caught right at the middle, the middle end of your career and the new beginning of this new shift.
Mm-hmm.
Because you were like, you and a couple guys were the only centers left, they start going to the pick and pop, and now we have this that we're watching now. Should you be on top 75? Yeah. But I said, if it's not unanimous, then you shouldn't have been. I wanted to piss you off again. You gotta understand, like, marketing is everything for guys like us. You know why? You know why I marketed myself? You know why you marketed it out of yourself? Nobody roots for Goliath, brother.
That's
you
true.
Realize that, right?
I understand
Nobody roots for us.
Yeah, they always want us to lose.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta do what I gotta do, and I gotta say what I gotta say.
But if me and you are the two biggest giants on the earth, and me and you are fighting each other, then everybody's gonna look at you and say, okay, he's the first one. He's the original Superman. So we gonna rock with him. And then we gonna disrespect the other one because the first one, he don't really with him from how they looking at it. You know what I'm saying? So
okay, but do you care about they?
I don't, but they have cost me a lot of things.
No, they have not.
With the NBA, okay, so if you say that I should be on top 75 in the public, now that's a perception that the whole world is going to look at because it's coming from you. So they're stamping your word, regardless of how I play.
But who gives a about what they say? Let me tell you something about life. You should only care about your mother, your father, your brothers and sisters, and your beautiful kids and your beautiful wife. All these other, they don't give about us.
You are absolutely correct.
Let me tell you a day that broke my heart. I'm in Orlando. Alex Martin comes to me and he says, hey man, WWE want to do something at your house. And I'm like, sure. I see Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan walking together, shaking hands. That broke my heart. You know why it broke my heart? Because me being part of I thought they hated each other. But you probably don't know wrestling, but Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan used to go at each other.
crazy.
And I thought they hate each other. But I had this event in my house, and he's talking to each other. I'm like, what the f is going on? And then it hit me. So it doesn't matter what they think. Because you got to understand, when we say something, they talking about who?
About me. About you.
And me.
Yeah.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Marketing 101. Nobody understands that. I can't hate you Only thing I hate about you is you jump way higher than I did. It's the only thing I'm jealous about. I wish I could jump like that. Other
You
than
could jump, but you 7'2",
no,
though.
not like that. Not like that. Not
Okay,
like that.
I can't see how it looked from somebody else's angle. How crazy? Like, how was it? Like me jumping and dunking. Like me jumping and dunking. I don't know how it could look to somebody else.
Whenever I watch my tapes and I dunk, of course I jump okay, and it just looked like. But when you jump, it looked like you got a high. You made me like, which kind of made me mad. I ain't gonna lie, like you, I'm sitting there with my ex-wife, and you put on the Superman cape. I thought you was paying homage to me, but then Kenny, Superman this, Superman that, and then you went to Orlando and start calling yourself Superman. I was like, oh, okay. I said I like it, but I don't like it, but I'm gonna go with it. You see what I'm saying? I could have went out and be like, but I said, you know, I don't know his plan. I don't know what he's trying to do. Maybe he's trying to do the old karate thing, which is what you're supposed to do. The young master, the young student must someday kill the master to become the master. You're supposed to do it. I don't give who it is. So I'm like, okay, maybe this trying to hit me with my own. Let me go with it. That was the first thing that made me go, okay. All right, I don't know what he's doing, but let me do it. Hey, Dwight's down. That ain't that dominant. Now I got to see who I'm dealing with. Oh, that 26, that ain't enough. You need to get 25, 15. Like I'm thinking you hit me with my own. Like, okay, this some Ric Flair Hulk Hogan. Let me go with it. And then you got in the DM like, you hating? I'm like, bro, huh? I'm like, you. So
I think just,
that's where.
Yeah, it's just people.
I think
it's
that's
outside
where
noise. Yeah, because
I think, but let me tell you, don't ever listen to the outside noise, brother.
So as someone who is the outside noise, let me ask my first question. I love this conversation's great, and I appreciate you both. So Shaq, you heard the Superman and you went, oh, this is the young man trying to kill the master. Hold on. Dwight, in your mind, was the hope like, man, one day we could be back-to-back Superman? Like, what were you thinking it was going to be?
It's crazy because the Superman was about Soldier Boy. And it was about it was about I promise
Superman.
You. So when I was in practice, I used to always play the song. I played Soldier Boy all the time. And right before that dunk practice I had jumped over Bo Outlaw and dunked it. And so everybody was like, man, you should put a cape on and jump for the free throw line. You be flying when you dunk. And you always be doing the Superman. So I was like, shoot, all right. Then remember we had a conversation about I need to show my personality.
Yeah.
When we was before All-Star Weekend.
Yeah.
After we had that conversation, my cousin, I was like, bro, we got to go find a Superman outfit to put on for the dunk contest. I just got finished talking to Shaq. He said, I got to really show my personality. So I'm like, shoot, I'm finna put on a cape somehow and go crazy. So he find a cape, but he find a whole outfit with the boots and all, but I can't wear boots in the dunk contest. So I had to tie it around like a onesie with my shorts and all that. And then I did the dunk, but the dunk was me doing the Superman all the time. And that's where it came from. My teammates were saying, man, you always lifting crazy weights and you always jumping real high. Man, you act like Superman.
So you know I can admit it. I'm sensitive. So after you did the dunk, you gave me a kind of a look. You was like, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, this. So and then I'm looking at Kitty. Oh no, Superman! and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, listen. I realize
Kenny
I'm
is
not
like
the same.
80% responsible.
Yeah, Kitty.
You
need bastard.
I realize I'm not Shaq anymore. I'm at the end of my career, but I'm like, dang, can let me go out great just try to take my. Okay, here it is, and that's where it started. But it's always a WWE beef.
Yeah.
All the I hate in the league. I ain't gonna see you at a restaurant with your family and throw your food over and be like, "Hello, Dwight. Hi, babies. How y'all doing? I'm Uncle Shaq," and that's it. This is the life we live. We talk smack. My favorite thing that's going on right now is with Gil's podcast arena, Brandon Jennings and the dudes. They gonna play one-on-one business. I'm loving that. But I know off the court, they ain't gonna fight. But I know on the court, they gonna
talk. Yeah.
The general question: inquiring minds want to know which team was better, my Orlando team or your Orlando team. Yeah.
My team. What you mean?
Out of here.
They went to the finals.
We went to the
Well, your
finals
team
and
went
won
to
a
the finals.
game. We won a game.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
We won a game.
Okay. Good point.
So we gotta be one up because we won one game. At least give us one game.
Oh, but hold on, let's break it down. Penny Hardaway. Who's your point, Jameer?
We had three. We had a three-headed monster. Jameer was hurt when we went to the finals.
Carlos Arroyo.
We had Anthony Johnson, and we had.
All right, so I win
Penny,
that
point
matchup.
Penny.
Okay. At the 2, we had Nick Anderson. Who y'all had at the 2?
Hito Turkoglu. No, Mikhail Petras.
We win that battle. At the 3, we got D. Scott. Who y'all got?
Turkoglu.
All right. At the 4, we had Horace Grant. Who y'all
We got Rashawn Lewis. That's equal out. That's 3 ball.
Rashawn was balling.
And then hold on.
Me and you gonna foul each other out because that's all we did. Every time we played against each other, foul each other out. So we gonna be done.
What's funny is I looked it up. You guys, when facing each other, it was 6-6, and then there was a lot of foul outs.
Every time.
You know when I really hated you? I was in Cleveland, and you was killing me. But you kept doing that move, going to the middle.
Spin back.
Yeah, going to the middle. So I said, okay, I'm about to take a charge on this. So I took a charge and fell.
And they
then your boy
flopped.
Then your boy Van Gundy, Shaq out there flopping because he can't guard Dwight. I was like, this mother. Oh, bro, I hated you. I hated that. I said, oh, okay, Stan. I said, okay, Stan. You're talking that.
Oh, that's my Stan, dog.
This episode of the Big Podcast with Shaq is brought to you by The General. You know Shaq loves The General. Before the league, before the rings, before I got my big break, I've been rocking with The General. The General has been offering quality coverage for 60 years. You already know The General was there for Shaq when I needed him. Low rates and flexible payment options to keep you covered. If you're ready for your big break, you know what to do. Visit thegeneral.com to get a quote today. Again, visit thegeneral.com to get a quote today. And it wouldn't be the Big Podcast without The General. What time is it? It's game time. My favorite stretch of basketball season is here, the playoff push. Nothing like sitting on some courtside seats watching your favorite player ball out. Game time makes getting tickets faster and easier, even for hard-to-get playoff seats. Prices on the Game Time app actually go down the closer it goes to tip-off. With killer last-minute deals, all-in prices, views from your seat, and the lowest price guarantee, Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying NBA playoff tickets.
What I also really like about the Game Time app are those killer last-minute deals. It's also that all-in pricing, so you're not getting those surprise fees at checkout, which makes you sometimes go, I don't want these. So for all of you who love this time of year, just like me with the playoffs, and it's right here upon us, Game Time's last-minute deals can save you up to 60% of the ticket price. They also have flash deals, zone deals, where you can save even more by letting Game Time choose the best seats in the section of your choosing. Just download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code BIGPOD for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account on the Game Time app and redeem code BIGPOD for $20 off your very first purchase. What time did I say it was? It is still Game Time, baby.
That's what it was for me. But if I got personal in any way, like I told you the other day at the bar, because you surprised me at the bar. So Adam, I'm at the bar. he just got his jersey retired.
Got a little hookah going on?
Yeah, so I'm sitting there, and then again, everybody think we're gonna fight.
Everybody.
Dwight already said, "Hey."
So you're telling me the whole restaurant is like
Everybody is on. Everybody's.
So look, as soon as I got to that, I was like, "Hey man, Dwight over there." I was like, "All right, cool." So everybody already there. So I'm sitting there, and I'm breaking the rule for the first time. So I'm sitting there, and I got my back to the door. So my boy with me, he's smoking. So Dwight come up with this big swole muscle dude, and they standing behind me. So my boy stand up like, yo, what the So
It was somebody behind me?
It was your butt? Yeah, but you had somebody with you.
I swear to God, I didn't know nobody was behind me.
Oh, yeah, so So no standing behind me. My boy jump up. He almost takes the hookah. I'm looking like what the f- is that? You know I can't turn my neck. So I turn. I see Dwight. I was like, oh, here we go. We about to tear this up. And he's like, hey, big fella, got to talk to you. So I said, so we go in the back. And before he started talking, I said, hey, man, what makes you think I don't like you? And we just talk about it. And then I tell him my approach. And then he tells me his feelings. I tell him my feelings. I probably could have did it a different way, but that's not what I know. I did the same to Penny. And look what it did to him. I definitely did the same to Kobe. I drove that, like, all that practicing, like 20 hours a day, that's because I told him he wasn't. Maybe it's because his own will and all that, but no, all that dribbling between your legs, you know, doing it. Throw me the ball. This my team. I'm gonna be the Will Smith of the NBA. Not while I'm here. You're not. Throw me the ball. Like it just drove him crazy. And I used to see him go crazy, and he never fought. And so, crazy thing is, all that me and you doing, it was the same with me and him. In practice, he didn't say nothing, but as soon as he get around Jim, Trey, and as soon as I get around my boy, but I didn't want to stop it because everybody was talking about us. And I already knew. I said, you know what? I know what I'm going to do inside this triangle. I know what he's going to do. Keep going with it. Oh, Kobe and Shaq don't like each other. All right, we won the first championship. I always tell people, you ain't got to love me. You got to respect me.
Yeah.
You know how it is. Like, we're around each other so much. We're going to argue. We're going to fight. I don't give a if you think I'm your best friend or not because we have a job to do, right?
Yeah.
But I always tell people, I said, okay, he hated me or whatever. In our first championship, the arena, everybody runs on the floor. Who's the first one to jump in my arms?
Kobe.
That's it. And that's what it's all about. So year 2, I got to do the same thing. And then year 3, he's coming at me. You're fat. So now he's starting to gain that lead and like we going off. And then he did what he's supposed to do. He got rid of the old master. Hey, Jerry, if you don't get rid of this, I'm gone. And I respected that, but I kept it going. So now that I got D-Wade and other people, hey, man, you ain't that good. And you can ask him when you see him. Say, hey, man, was Shaq crazy? Only one I didn't do that to was Bron because Bron, I was super impressed when I got to Cleveland with Bron. Bron already had that under control. Like, Bron to me was a true. Like, have you ever played with Bron?
Yeah. We won a chip.
They won the championship
Oh,
in
that's
LA.
right. So when I got there, as young as he is, this was a true leader. And he was such a leader. He was doing shit I never did. Like, he got to bring his family on the plane. I'm like, damn. I had a lot
only
of
Bron
power.
could do that, though.
I know, but I was like, damn. Go ahead, Adam.
I got it. Let me ask a question because I've sat next to Dwight. I've sat next to Shaq when he has done the motivation thing a lot. I've seen it to Donovan Mitchell. I've seen it to Jamal Murray. I've seen it recently to Victor Wembanyama. That's the way Shaq wants to help young people. Sometimes they don't understand it. Sometimes they do. What was it like for you to be on the other side? Because you're one of the few people that have gotten it. How was it for you?
Yeah, well, for me, I was taking it like, man, I haven't met Shaq like this, so why is he criticizing me in this way? You know, but I only looked at it from my perception. You know, I didn't see what he was trying to do, how he was trying to motivate or anything like that. And like I told him, my oldest brother, he passed away super young. You know, he was in his 40s. And I didn't get an opportunity to build and bond with him because he was in jail most of his life. And so most of my life, and I didn't get a chance to see him. So there was never a older brother type relationship that I had outside of the people that was on my team. And I was so far removed because, man, I'm coming in at 18. I went to the smallest school in Georgia. I don't know nothing coming into the league. All I remember is watching Shaq beat up Mutombo. So the first person I'm interacting with or I'm looking up to is, you know, this is our interaction. So, you know, I didn't know how to take that as a youngin'. And, you know, I did go hard, but looking back on a lot of things, there were things that I could have did more of, and things I could have did less of. And I say I could have been meaner. I could have been less nice and meaner in certain situations. I think as far as being mean, it's going to take what I want by force. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times I did that in Orlando, but then sometimes I stopped when I moved to other teams. And I stopped because I was worried about my perception
worried about if I do too much, I'm going to get in trouble, all these different factors because I didn't want to get myself put out the league. So there's so many different things that was factoring in for me. I'm looking at when I leave Orlando, it's like a switch in the league. They're not wanting me to be the same Dwight. So it's like, man, where do I find a home, to play and all that stuff? I go to Charlotte. I have a killer season, average 17 and 13, 30 and 30 game, and I get traded. So it's like, dang, what do I do to stay in this league? It was a difficult time.
Yeah, like I said, you got caught in that rare transition of where we are now. But I always tell people what made me great wasn't my work habits, wasn't me practicing, it was I didn't give a I don't know what nobody say, but the people.
And do you say that, Shai, because you believe most people give too much?
I think they do. And we have to focus on the task at hand when they're talking about us. You don't win the championship in Orlando, whose fault is it?
It was always my fault.
Me too. You don't go right in LA, whose fault is it?
It was mine.
That's what I'm saying. So my thing was, you know what? I don't give a. I'm doing it my way. And that person said one time in my comments, yeah, as great as you are, why you went? How come you got played for 16? Because I didn't give. I didn't. Like, the good thing about my upbringing is I'm used to moving every 4 years. So when I was doing my negotiation with Orlando, they was like, we don't want to pay that. All right, cool. I'm used to moving. Bye. And then, same thing with LA. Oh, y'all don't want to pay me because y'all dealing with young boy? Okay, bye. Go to it's actually good for me. It's good for my psyche. But I think that's what made me who I am. Not that I'm bigger and stronger and jump higher. I just didn't give a about what nobody said. And yeah, you did play in that difficult transition, but I always try to put my mentality in there, like, man, them people that pick and roll, you got an old boy on you, dominate. But yeah, you were right. Because I kind of dealt with that my last year playing with Boston. Doc was like, we don't want you to post up, I want you to pick a roll. I'm like, damn, I'm not the Shaq, but I can at least still give you 15, but just give me some touches. No, just get the pick and roll, get the ball, just get it to Rondo, KG. I'm like, all right, man, cool, whatever you want. So I kind of, I understand what you were going through.
Got another question here, sponsored by ZipRecruiter, smartest way to hire. ZipRecruiter helping you to look for your next ultimate teammate. Dwight, who has been your ultimate teammate in your career to help your career?
That is tough, man. The first name that always come to mind is Jameer Nelson. Always.
Did y'all fight a lot?
Yeah, we fought a little bit. We fought sometimes.
Ding, 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 ding.
But why Jameer? Beyond the fighting, why Jameer?
I came in. He was the closest person to my age. He was the only person I really could feel like I could trust and talk to. And he was a big reason for my success. So, he is that guy, Jameer.
Did he stay on you?
He did.
That St. Joe's team was my favorite. Him, Delonte West.
Did he stay on you negatively or positively? So I'm a negative guy.
He stayed on me. But I was always working, so it wasn't too much he had to do.
Yeah, because I called him. I said, what's up with Dwight? He saw. Said, nah, I'm hard. All right, thank you. That's all I needed. Pause.
Why you think? And I went back and realized why I think Kobe was saying that I was soft, because of what you was talking about, the same not giving. That's what he was trying to say, but I think people took it.
Kobe really didn't give up.
Yeah, but people took it the wrong. Yeah, I know he didn't give up. We rode on the plane, a private plane together with our families, and he didn't speak. I'm like, damn, it's only me and you.
The whole time?
Yeah. Like, what? We're in the same place, bro. Like, come on, man. I'm like, yo.
And you seem like a kind of guy that would be like, hey, man, can you pass the chips? Something like that.
I'm just like, bro, we on the same plane.
Okay, but did y'all win a game, lose a game?
We came back the second half of the season and was killing. He just got hurt.
No. I'm
He's talking about that flight. What do you
call it? No, that was for All-Star. That was All-Star Weekend.
Yeah, he was like that.
Yeah, that was All-Star Weekend.
This episode is sponsored by ZipRecruiter.
According to a recent ZipRecruiter survey, 76% of employers plan to expand their headcount this year, 2025. That is a lot of time spent hiring, but that's what happens when you're trying to grow that business, and we know that our guy Shaq Diesel has a lot of them. If you're one of those employers who's ramping up hiring this year, don't miss out on this advice at ZipRecruiter's latest feature, Zip Intro, to your hiring plan. It lets you post jobs today and talk to qualified candidates tomorrow. Heck of a turnaround. Best of all, it does most of the work for you so you can save time. And right now, you can try Zip Intro for free at ZipRecruiter.com/big, B-I-G. Zip Intro gives you the power to quickly assess excellent candidates for your job via back-to-back video calls. We love efficient video calls in the day and age now. We're not trying to fidget with all these gears and functions. You simply pick a time. Zip Intro does all the work of finding and scheduling qualified candidates for you. So save time hiring in 2025 with new Zip Intro. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/big right now so that you can try Zip Intro for free.
Again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/big. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. This episode is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Insurance Companies. Profit by holding onto your money for as long as possible. Morgan & Morgan fights hard against these corporations to fight to make sure you get every dollar you deserve. When in court, the insurance companies want jurors to think the at-fault driver is the one paying the verdict amount. Meanwhile, it's really the insurance companies who are covering the costs. When Morgan & Morgan takes on a case, they are almost always going after big insurance companies, and it's not the individuals at fault. There's a reason why Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm. Hiring the wrong firm can be disastrous. Hiring the right firm could substantially increase your settlement. With Morgan & Morgan, it's easy to get started, and the fee is free unless they win. Just visit forthepeople.com/BIG or dial #LAW. That's #529. That's forthepeople.com/BIG or dial #LAW, #529. This is a paid advertisement.
KG, Kareem, Shaq. Why did you pick those three for the Hall of Fame?
Does him and KG start fighting? And
No, that wasn't it. KG was one of my, my first favorite players all time. I started out, when I first started out playing basketball, I was a guard. So I watched a lot of Magic Johnson tapes. I didn't have a basketball goal or anything when I was young.
You was a what?
I was a guard. What do you mean?
Show me some footage. You wasn't.
What was the growth spurt? How old were you when you...
You can't ask everybody.
I want to see some footage. No,
I went to the smallest school in Georgia.
Me too.
No, in Georgia.
You were like
fucking Texas. Hold on, Adam. Hold on. You wasn't no.
Yeah, I did play guard. Yes, I did.
Show
I played guard
footage.
all the way up until I got into 12th grade.
Show me some footage. I understand
We
what you're
didn't have
saying.
film. We didn't have videos.
Well, guess what? I don't believe that.
That's not fair. So Wilton didn't score 100 then.
Guess what? I believe that Adam don't.
We don't have film.
He scored 100. I believe it happened.
We don't have film, right?
So wait, hold on, Dwight. Were you saying you were guard because you played at a really small school and you want your best player to have the ball, so they let you bring it up? Is that what you're saying?
I always brought the ball up. I was at the secondary.
So you were a point center.
I was a point center. Yes.
This is funny because Shaq likes to say he was the original.
I went to guard camps. I played guard coming up. I didn't play center till I got in the NBA. Shaq is 7'2". I'm 6'10". Come on. No, it's not.
You ain't no guard. Get out of here, dog. Show me some footage.
I'm not a guard now, but I had handles. When I got to the league, they told me not to dribble no more.
You ain't got no handles, Dwight.
That's okay. All right. Okay.
Dwight.
I know what you're doing.
Hold on, Shaq, are you motivating right now?
Yeah, that's what he's doing. He almost got me. He almost got me.
Is Dwight going to be doing dribbling exercises in the driveway?
I seen you cross one dude up in Charlotte that made me say, okay, maybe he got some handles.
Two.
But you ain't got no handles like that.
Two. In and out, dunk. In and out, cross, dunk on two people.
You ain't had that. I had that. You ain't had that.
You was playing against guys who didn't dribble, who didn't have
Nope.
Who was you playing
You're
against that could play defense like that besides Hakeem?
Ewan, Duncan, Robinson, Alonzo.
No.
Yao Ming.
Yao did not play defense.
That was a big.
He was big as. I used to. His calf muscles was big as like. Yao was crazy.
I remember the first time I played against him. So again, I did the same thing with him, but I actually got in trouble. So I had to cut that program off. So they kept saying, yeah. You know me, I don't give a about nobody. So I'm like, okay, China, America.
Oh, this was funny.
I never seen him play. So I tried to back him down, and he didn't move. And I came with that dunk, and he blocked it. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
The second move, I tried to come with the up and under. He blocked it. I'm like, God damn. So now I gotta turn it up. So the third time he blocked it again. Then when I got that elbow to that grill and dunked on, I was like, okay, you're human. But that was so big and strong. I was like, God damn.
So I got a question. How do you the attitude? You talked about this attitude, this I don't give a attitude. Like that have been a problem for me, and you've mastered that attitude. How did you get that attitude? Because for me, I grew up with survivor's remorse. Coming in at 18 into the NBA, everybody got their hand out. Everybody wants something. I want to help everybody. I want to save everybody. And do all that.
It took me a while. I deal with it every day. But you have to focus on the most important factors in your life. For me, it's my mama. She's number one. Then my kids. Then my crew. Then my money. I don't even get to 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, 10. If it ain't in those factors, I don't care. You see, we live in a world now you can't control what people say. Like if we was to read our comments and respond to everyone, we'd have to open up a building and occupy every floor and have 100 people on every floor. Okay, you respond to this. You respond to that. You can't respond. So I always talk about G14 classification. If you're not a basketball player, you can't talk to me about no basketball. I won't even listen to you, right?
Yeah.
Jordan get on there and say, hey man, y'all cut that out. Now I gotta listen. Anybody else says, I'm not listening to you. Your mama call and say y'all stop it, we gotta stop it. See what I'm saying? Because that's people that care about us. My favorite song in the world is They Don't Really Care About Us. And it's true. Whoever they may be, they don't give a about us. Just like I told you in the restaurant, I said, hey man, it's 100 people in here. We could tear this up if you want to, but
it ain't gonna solve nothing. That's what they want to see.
You know they're gonna say? Dwight and them fault. Who won? Who did this? He did. One of the white boy had a gun. Like then it's gonna be some other that we don't need. And then guess what? Our most important people are gonna be very upset. I know your mama gonna be upset. My mom gonna be like, "What the was you doing?" Like, and I don't want that. So it's something I work on every day, and it's okay to say no sometimes. But even though we are sensitive, we can't be sensitive. We're not allowed to be sensitive. So when I get some that really bothers me, I just say it. And when I was at LA, because I was going through the same you go through, they hooked me up with a nuclear psychologist. Because I couldn't talk to sports psychologists because I'm like, you don't know what it is down by one at the free throw line. Like I'm sitting here talking to you, talking about breathe don't work in Sacramento in game 6. If I miss this free throw, we get swept again. It's my fault. So
but you didn't do your breathing exercises.
Yeah, I know. That's what he kept telling me. So I get with a nuclear psychologist, and he tells me you got to stop caring. I'm like, what? And he made me watch a movie called The Fan. The Fan was with Robert De Niro and Wesley Snipes.
Dang, I had somebody who told me to watch that a long time ago.
Yeah. And Robert De Niro kidnaps Wesley Snipes, and he says, man, Wesley, you're the best. I'm not going to harm you. You're batting this average and boom, boom, boom. How are you so great? And Wesley says, because I don't care. And then the guy stopped it. And he said, bro, stop caring. He said, bro, you get paid whether you win or not. And I know you're going to play hard. You're going to keep getting that next contract. Everybody like, just keep playing and stop caring. And the day I stopped caring, my took off. And then I realized that I can only care with people with G14 classification. Wilt Chamberlain don't speak to me, G14 classification. I care, but I'm going to show you, Mr. Wilt Chamberlain. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Yeah, Shaq's great, but they're getting swept. All right, Kareem, I'm going to show you. So I only care about certain things. And I wanted you to care because I know you know I had that G14 class. I wanted you to care so much to where you say Shaq. You did say Shaq, but I wanted you to say Shaq off the court and on the court. That's what I want. That's what I'm trying to do. And what you don't realize, if let's just say I'm the old Orlando center and they're bringing you up, I would have been tougher when you're at the crib. If we played on that same team, ask Alex, I'd have been on the. You would have hated me, but eventually at the end, if it would have worked, you would have said thank you. Because as much as I miss Kobe, one of my favorite days was at the All-Star game in Phoenix. Nobody was really doing nothing. It was towards my end of career. I made it, and he kept dropping me off, and it felt like the old days. And at the end of the thing, when we both got the same MVPs, he gave the trophy to my son, grabbed me and said, "Thank you, big fella. You always stayed on my. I love you for that." Like almost like brought like a tear to me. But the fact that he took the trophy and gave it to little Reef, and then like, "Hey, big fella, I just want," because Kobe ain't emotional, so he just like, "Hey, man," because I told myself, "Man, he ain't got to do that." He's like, "Nah, big fella, I just want to say thank you, man. You always stayed on me. We stayed on each other, and I appreciate you. And I miss you." And I almost cried, but I had to go. I was like, he was like, "What's wrong?" I was like, "I got boogers in my nose. Ain't nothing wrong." So, but and again, if you thought I was being personal, I want to apologize to you and your family, but nobody understands this thing of ours like we do.
You're
I
right.
wanted to stay on. I wanted to stay on your. I wanted you so. And then dummies like Charles and them, they don't understand what the you're doing, so they try to add the more. Oh, you just mad 'cause ain't got nothing to do with the Superman. I was mad at that, but I understood it because it's the same tactic I did. You don't think when I got to Orlando, Scott Skiles and them had to get up out of there? This old regime, you don't think when I got to LA, all them people that was supposed to be running the team, so like I understood it, but I'm like, you know what, let me go with it. And them, they try to make it like, oh yeah, it had nothing to do with that. I was just trying to protect this thing of ours when it comes to being a dominant big man. But despite all that, you made it to the Hall of Fame. I want to congratulate you and your family.
That. Thank you.
And thanks for thinking of me. And next time I see you, I'm gonna knock you out because that's what they want us to do.
They want us to fight.
No, Adam. I'm sitting there smoking, and he came with the big dude. My boy jumped up, and I can't turn my neck. I'm like, oh, this nigga got the upper hand, about to steal on me. I'm like,
You're in a headlock.
Oh yeah. I'm like, oh, here we go. Here we go. But he was like, hey, and listen, I had on a cold suit too. I had on a little suit. I was like, man, we about to tear this down. He said to me. So we had a nice talk, and I think you were surprised at some of because I was definitely surprised at some of the stuff you said. The thing about your brother that made me feel bad. If I'd have known that, I probably would have tweaked it a little bit. But I was watching you. And the way you was dunking and all that, it made me assume you was hard. And man, you got to do the same for the next generation. There's a young kid, Marcus Ponder. You seen them? Look him up. Woo-wee.
Where's he from?
He from Miami, but matter of fact, he played in Orlando. Oh my God.
He's tough.
He mean. 6'11", mean, cursing people mamas out. I'm on his.
It does. And that's everything with life, man. It's always communication. And having to understand that people hate what they don't understand. And, I couldn't understand why me and Shaq were having these problems. So I hated it. I hated the fact that we had this beef. This is somebody that I grew up watching, respect, and honor as a big man. But I'm not thinking that because that's just not how I grew up. I came out of a situation, my mom lost 7 kids. So all I knew was prayer and love. But when I came out, my mom lost 7. They thought I was going to die. So everybody was just, man, we got to love his mama, pray that he get here. So when I got to the NBA, it was a rude awakening for me. Hey, the world don't give a. And that's still hard because I'm like, damn, I'm used to the world giving a. I'm used to love. Right. This is me all day. I love everybody. But then that took so much out of me. And it's like, shoot, we're going to make you cold. I'm like, no, you're not going to make me cold. But I got to not give a but still be Dwight Howard. So, I appreciate that. I will never take it. And I can respect and I have an understanding where I should have listened without my emotions and my feelings. And I should have not allowed the outside noise, other teammates, other people who may have wanted to see us fight get into the way. So it is an honor that to have you, Kevin Garnett, and Kareem. I mean, not Kareem. I wanted Hakeem. I'm sorry. I know people said Kareem, but it's Hakeem. And I say y'all three is because y'all was the three I watched. The dominant, the stuff that you did as far as dunking on everybody, the off the court business. And anytime I talk to anyone about how I want my transition to be as a basketball player, you're the person that I name because you have successfully done whatever it is that you want to do. And we have the same similar personality. We big characters and stuff like that. So it's like, it's only right, that I understand and take what he's doing and try to expand it, as much as possible. And with Hakeem, Hakeem, I played in Houston with him. We worked out together and, he's always been there for me. So it would be a great honor to have you guys just walk me into the Hall of Fame because every time I played on the court, I didn't play thinking about the people that I was looking at. It was always the ones that was in the rafters, the people that already got the orange jacket. So when I'm playing, I'm thinking I'm matching up with these guys. So to have you guys walk me in is the best honor I could have in my life.
I've had a lot of so-called imaginary students. Only one I wasn't able to crack was Donovan Mitchell. Because he kind of did something that's never been done. I told him, Adam was at the interview, I said, hey, man, I think you're a great player. I don't think you're that great. I said, okay. He said, okay. And that have been balling. I don't know what it was, but I don't know if he just didn't care or like if he took it. But that, and that was 4 or 5 years ago. And then same thing with Joker. I said, hey, Joker, you're doing good this year, but I think Shai should have got the MVP because I want him to be so mad.
And he crushing it.
Yeah. That's what I'm like.
Yeah.
Like I wanted him to be I wanted him to be mad. I wanted his brothers to be mad. Because you gotta understand, I know what I'm doing, and the reason why I know I'm doing because it was done to me. And when I see similar, and all it takes for me to look at one, I didn't know you, but the way he used to dunk up, he hard. He can take it. Yeah, he goofy and all that on the court. That's cool, but you see how he just dunked on them from Detroit? He hard. Watch this. Joker. Push him and he run and push him back. He hard.
He's
He
tough,
only certain people that I like. Like if I don't talk about you, reason why I used to JaVale McGee, I love JaVale McGee. That so athletic, but he was
Oh my gosh.
He's super athletic, but he was he was having so much fun that he didn't know how to tune it in.
Yeah.
What the other thing is too is I feel bad for the guys that start their careers in places like Washington and Charlotte. Like the only time we see you is when something crazy happens. You know what I mean? Like Lakers are on all the time. Like we really get to learn these guys. JaVale McGee was like, I'm not watching a Wizards game, and then the ball goes over the basket, and it's like you assume that's what it is. And
again, I learned that in that dunk contest when I'm
dunk two ball.
I said, hold on.
That was crazy.
Yeah, I was like, he's super athletic. So when I used to do that to him, of course it was all fun, but he would get mad. I'm glad he got mad because what happened when he went to Gold State?
He got
super
3.
Focus.
Lunazul tequila. Lunazul means blue moon, and we are going to the moon. Dwight, a person, an athlete, an actor, anybody that you think is on the rise right now, skyrocketing, that you want to give a shout out to?
Oh, man. A person that's on the rise?
Yeah. Could be in the sports world, could be in the music world, anything.
Oh, well, I've been seeing her everywhere. Angel Reese. She been everywhere.
That's Shaq's girl.
Yeah. Watch out. Watch out.
I wasn't saying.
Hey, watch out.
I wasn't trying.
See, he's just talking about marketing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He right though. I shouldn't have said that because
I know. Yeah, I know.
But man, I should have said that one.
Yes. 250 years of tequila making tradition is in the face. Lunazul tequila is a celebration that comes full circle. From the fields of Jalisco to your glass, experience the authentic taste of 100% Blue Weber agave tequila that's crafted with pride for what's inside. And made for moments that shine true. Those who know look to Lunazul tequila. Bardstown, Kentucky, 40% alcohol by volume. Think wisely, drink wisely. Lunazul tequila. It's playoff basketball time, and we have a new offer here with Doordash for all Dash Pass members only for 2025 NBA playoff season. Eating good and hooping good. They swoosh, you score. When any player scores 50 or more points in a game during the NBA playoffs, Dash Pass members score a free 3-piece tenders combo meal from Wingstop. Valid on orders of $20 up from noon to midnight the day after the game with promo code. April 15th through June 22nd, terms apply. To claim the deal, just place a 3-piece tender combo from Wingstop in your cart. Make sure your cart has a subtotal of $20 or more and drop the promo code at checkout. Then place your order and enjoy those wings, baby. Save more all year round with $0 delivery fees and reduced service fees on eligible orders. Plus exclusive perks like this one. Who doesn't love a good perk? Valid with use of promo code from noon to midnight the day after a 50-point game. Must have an active Dash Pass account. Terms apply.
You guys are part of a select group of people that have been the big and have played with LeBron and Kobe. And you brought up G14 classification. I do not have that. How would you explain to someone like me what those two worlds are like? Because I'm sure they're very different worlds.
You want to go first?
Well, Kobe is
Okay, you got yin and yang. Just like me and Shaq. I'm nice, Shaq mean as It's the same thing. Kobe, mean as LeBron, he nice as he gonna give you everything. But it's just Kobe is just he's so focused and locked in. Like, you know, it's a different type of attitude when he come into the room, locker room. LeBron, he gonna give you everything, but it's the same with me. Like everything is fun. But he had everything
your faith
locked
in them is equal. Like your faith in them as being the guy is still equal. Like even though it's so different, what are the similarities?
LeBron is it's a level.
LeBron's a killer, but then you got Kobe. He's a mercenary. He's a assassin. Like he's taking it to a whole nother level of killing. So yeah, he was one of the guys that went to go get Osama bin Laden.
SEAL Team 6?
He's one of the SEAL Team 6. LeBron is he right outside. He's the next.
Somebody said this a long time ago. I don't usually listen to what they say. It's Magic and Mike. Same mystique, both great players. But like you said, Dwight, Magic, and Mike, I'm going to score 20 straight points to just make sure that it's different, but they're both great players. And my thing is, when you start talking about the GOAT, I just want all the names mentioned. And you got to start adding Steph Curry in there now. That's all.
Yep, that's been your thing.
I'm jealous, and I'm sure Dwight feels the same way. I'm jealous. My name is not in that GOAT greatest of all time. It is what it is. Doesn't matter. But if you're going to start talking about these people, yes, it's Jordan. Yes, it's LeBron. But you can't forget Kobe, and you can't forget Steph. That's all I'm saying.
You know what I will say, Shaq? And I really...
God damn, how many dogs you got?
I got 2 at the crib. They crazy. They loud as hell. But I will say, when I was in 11th grade, I was watching you in Columbus, Georgia. We played, we was at a leadership camp. And I was watching you play. And for me, I would tell people that I feel like you were supposed to be the GOAT, like, of all time. And for me, I was just like, from the outside looking in, and what everybody was saying was like, he must have didn't work hard enough. And that's how everyone tried to make it seem like. But then when I started playing, you say you didn't work hard enough?
No, I didn't.
So do you feel like if you would have, you would have been better?
No, but let me explain. That's their standards.
Mm-hmm.
I don't go by their standards. I go by my standards. I know you practice free throws. They told me. Hey, Alex, what's up? Man, he check, he like you. You practice every day. Just in the game, they wouldn't go in. I know you practice. I know you got a court in your house. I got to say, listen, in my house, I'm Dirk Nowitzki. When I get in the game, for some reason,
you Dirk Nowitzki. You go the opposite.
Dirt. So, and then again, you know, you can only train 2, 3, 4 hours a day. But when they want to control you, oh, he doing movies, he should be practicing. I did practice, and I practice after I do it. So I never listened to them. And then you know how it is once you start having babies. In the summertime, we've been gone. They don't want to hear I gotta go work out. So I always said to myself, okay, you know what? Worked hard, beat me off. I'm gonna take a month off and not do nothing. Focus on the kids. Right? Now we got a month to chill. I'm gonna start doing a little bit. And then when I get to training camp, I'm gonna work my way up.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of guys come in shape and get burnt out.
They can't make it to the end of the season.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna come in out of shape. Y'all gonna talk. I'm gonna get mad. By All-Star game, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna still get mad. Then by the playoffs, then I'm gonna turn up. That worked for me. So the only thing I'm pissed off about is I missed 250 games at average. I was averaging 30, but let's just say 25. That's another 5,000 points. That'll put me at 33. I missed 10,000 free throws. So you give me 3 off of that to make it I missed 7,000, I'll be at 34, 36,000 points. That's what I am pissed off about. Other thing else, remember, they're going to say what they want. I got 4 rings and it's just what it is with us. Nobody roots for Goliath. But guess what? I don't give a I do not care. I did it my way. You did it your way. You're in the Hall of Fame. I'm in the Hall of Fame. That's all that matters. I tried to get under your thing because I know you know that we're in the same thing. And I knew you were looking at me because you said that. I was like, okay, since you're looking at me, let me jump on this. And again, if I was there and you was a new puppy coming in, I'd have been on your I promise you. You would have hated me so much, but guess what? Your ass would have had 35-19. You would have had 35-19. They'd be like, you and Shaq fighting again? Yeah, we fought in practice today, but guess what? We're going to the finals again. And that's it.
Dang.
Tell Mama how I love her. Tell Papa how I love them. I know they were frustrated with me, but in this thing of ours, I was just doing it to try to get you to that next level. Oh, man, get that old weak dog out of here. What is that?
It's a Malinois. You know these dogs bite hard as hell.
They do. Them crazy.
Crazy.
I had
21 of these things.
What's his name? Shaq. Go ahead. What's her name?
Her name is Sunday. It's Sunday. Her name is Sunday. It's actually crazy because my sister's dog, her first dog, she named her Shaq. And then my dad had a dog named Shaq and Kobe, and then I was a little puppy named Dwight. He had a cow named LeBron. I said, bro, you tripping, Pops?
So you look at the game right now, what do you think is missing with the big men?
Edge. It's no like how you were saying, it's no like tough. Like I look at Embiid, I feel like Embiid's supposed to put everybody in the basket every time until they stop him. Every time. I don't see nobody beating him. I just don't. I just think it needs some more like aggression from the bigs, like from the big guys. But again, the fans want to see more up and down entertainment and shooting. So that'll mess the game up.
You know what I like about Joker though? He shuts both sides up.
Yeah.
Like I'll say go in the post. Can't guard him in the post.
They can't.
The moves he be doing. And then he'll step out and shoot that three.
Yeah.
And he putting up big numbers. He's like the new age center.
So who gonna get MVP? Him or Shai?
I don't know this year. Like last year I thought it was Shai. Just by a little bit.
I'll tell you this,
because
I have an official vote, and so this will get picked up. I voted for Shai. I voted for SGA. And the reason is winning the West by that many games and being the guy that's dropping 25 and 30 every single night has to mean something.
Joker is
Joker's
averaging a
dropping
triple
Hey, no,
double as a center
on.
in
Time
this
out,
league.
time out. But you
Right
could do this both
now.
of you could go Jokic is incredible, and then you can go, but how are you going to negate Shai?
This is his best season in the last 3 years.
If I could vote for co-MVPs, I would have. But you can't. You have to hope that they get the same amount of first-round picks.
Well,
Like Shaq should have gotten one when Nash got one. Like that would have been a great co-MVP. It should be a co-MVP.
That's not a co-MVP. Nash shouldn't have won it. Nash shouldn't have not won the MVP.
I was trying to be respectful, but okay.
No way. And when Kobe won, Nash wasn't supposed to. Who won that year?
I think what's incredible about Jokic is we could have, if you look at this, had 5 in a row for him. Embiid gets one, and let's say Shai gets one. And every single year, the issue was he played better than the year before. So, like this year, he is top 5 in points, rebounds, assists, steals. Like
Jokic,
what?
right?
Yes,
He's top 3.
What?
Yeah. So then I think if he's top 3, and I wanted Shai to win all year, but now at the end of the season, looking at him getting what he got, like it's making it. It's the decision is difficult because his numbers are better than they were last year, for one.
I know.
2, he's dominating in more ways this year than he was last year. He looked like he's in better shape.
The hard thing, and Shaq always talks about this with MVP, is sometimes I think guys with worse teammates have an advantage. Like Oklahoma City is so good and so deep that it's like kind of easier for Shai sometimes. But like we can also admit that this Nuggets team compared to when they made a run is not good compared to what it was. Like he doesn't have KCP. He doesn't have all these players. He doesn't have Jeff Green. So he has to do so much more. So the stats look better, but like he's the best player in the world. Jokic is the best player in the world.
It's too easy right now. I think by him growing up in the era that he played against with us, it mentally changed the way he played the game because after the era that we played in left, he's dominating. There's nobody to even come
close. And like
close.
you said about Embiid, like Jokic will take some threes, but he'll never settle. When the game's on the line, he's going in and getting a basket. Yes.
So I'm with Joker. Like I think he's one.
Look, LeBron has 4 MVPs in 21 years. Like we don't give the best player the MVP every year. It's just, it doesn't happen. Popovich could have won Coach of the Year every year. He didn't get it. Belichick, like we end up giving it to someone that exceeded expectations.
That's
and
true.
as you guys experienced as first pick in the draft, it's harder when you're seen as the guy to exceed expectations because you're the guy.
Did you feel like you was shafted for not getting the MVP? Because I know I was.
Yeah, all the time.
Which year for you, Dwight?
The year that D Rose won. I think that my numbers and everything was crazy that year. And just because I was a big man, it was like, nah, we're not gonna let him win. Yeah.
That's how they do us. Did you hear what Dominic said a couple months ago? He said, man, I knew the league was tripping because Shaq was going for the scoring title and David was going for the scoring title. They told us to come let Dave.
I remember that. Yeah.
Listen, man, you've been going through the same, but I always kept it up here. And I said, okay, all right.
Yeah.
All right,
that year when you came in second, you averaged 23, 14, and 2.5 blocks.
I wasn't averaging 23. Oh.
I'm talking about Dwight's year.
Okay.
So hold up, I averaged what?
23, 14, and 2.5.
It's no way. It's no way. But back then, nobody averaged 20 points. What you mean?
28-15, man. What I tell you?
I understand that, but nobody. It was only like 10 guys who averaged 20 back then.
7 points a quarter. That's 3 jump hooks and 1 free throw. I don't want to hear it.
I just was missing free throws. I was getting the jump hooks
Dwight,
now.
I mean, Derrick Rose. So Dwight was averaging 23, 14, 1.5 assists, 1.5 steals, 2.5 blocks. Derrick Rose was averaging 25, 4 rebounds, 8 assists, 1 steal.
Oh my God!
So
Come
what-
on, man.
See,
Hey,
that's how
And you
they
actually
do it.
had a higher win share, which
and
would be like
we
a
won.
huge.
Didn't we win Defensive Player of the Year?
I
Didn't
think you
win
did,
it?
yes.
So the only reason he won is because he said, "I think I can be the MVP," and they wanted that storyline, and that's how he got it. No hate or shade on him.
Yeah, but that's how they do us.
That was my
You know
year.
what we got to do? You know what we got to do? We got to eat that up and just get angry. That's all.
You want to hear
That's
something
it.
crazy? So that was 2011. LeBron came in third and averaged 27, 7, and 7. And now, 14 years later, he's averaging 24, 8, and 8.
That's
What the
crazy.
Dwight, it's been a pleasure having you, brother.
Oh man, appreciate y'all having me on here, man.
So hold on,
Shaq,
this
thank
was a
you.
long time
hold
coming.
on. That. Hey man, next time I'm in the hookah bar, you walk up behind me with your bodyguard. Gonna be some furniture moving.
Let's go. If we two get into it, it's gonna be. Hey, that's gonna be crazy.
I'd buy
That's
a
what
ticket.
Everybody kept saying, if y'all two fight, like, who gonna
You
stop
had me though
y'all?
too.
Who gonna stop y'all two big bastards from fighting? Y'all gotta chill out.
You had me too, cause I turned. I was like, oh,
Yeah, I
shit.
said that man got a crick in his neck. He couldn't even turn his neck.
Yeah. I was like, about to steal on me. All right, boy.
All right, man. Appreciate you, dog.
All right.
All right, love.
Great talking to you, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shaq out there flopping because he can't guard Dwight. I was like, this mother. Oh, bro.